Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda श्री नित्यानंद चरितामृत की जय। श्रील वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we'll continue with our Nityananda Charitamrita reading in preparation for Sri Nityananda Trayodasi, which is coming up soon. So we are reading from the Madhya Khanda of Sri Nityananda Charitamrita. So we read chapter 1, which was about the meeting of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of Nityananda Prabhu, meeting of Nityananda Prabhu with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the next chapter is chapter 2, Lord Nityananda's stay with Srivas and his Vyasa Puja ceremony. Discussing topics of Krishna in the association of Lord Nityananda overwhelmed all the devotees. All of them were pure devotees and most magnanimous. They remained intoxicated by drinking the nectar of Krishna's topic and shouted loudly in ecstasy. Nityananda Prabhu smiled and looked all around. He looked all around as the devotees shed tears of joy. Seeing Nityananda, Mahaprabhu Vishwambar was extremely pleased. He said to Lord Nityananda, "Listen, O Shripad Nityananda Gosai, where will you do Vyas Puja? Tomorrow is the auspicious full moon day when one offers special worship to Sri Vyasdev. Consider this matter and let me know." Nityananda followed the intention of the Lord. He caught hold of Srivas Pandit's hand and brought him before the Lord. Nityananda smilingly said, "Listen, Vishwambar, I'll do Vyas Puja at this Brahmana's house." Lord Vishwambar then said to Srivas, "You have got a heavy responsibility on you." Srivas Pandit replied to the Lord, "This is not at all difficult for me. By your mercy, everything is available at my house. All the necessary items such as cloth, fragrant flowers, brahmana thread, ghee, betel nuts, and pan leaves are there in my house. I will only have to borrow a book that describes how to do Vyas Puja. With great fortune, I will celebrate Vyas Puja tomorrow." Hearing the words of Srivas Pandit, Mahaprabhu became very pleased, and all the Vaishnavas happily chanted the names of Lord Hari. Lord Vishwambar said, "Listen, Shripad Gosai, please give me permission so we can all go to Srivas Pandit's house." Nityananda Prabhu was very happy to hear the words of the Lord. Then they all started for the house of Srivas Pandit. Nityananda and Vishwambar, along with all the devotees, exactly resembled Balaram and Krishna with the cowherd boys of Gokula. As soon as they entered the house of Srivas Pandit, everyone felt boundless happiness within his heart. The Lord ordered them to lock the main entrance of Srivas Pandit's house. He allowed no one except the relatives of Srivas Pandit to come inside the house. The Lord then said to begin Kirtan. Everyone began an ecstatic kirtan and thus lost his external consciousness. Both lords danced jubilantly while the devotees sang around them. Sri Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda, who were eternally absorbed in love of each other, danced together while meditating on each other. Sri Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda, who are eternally absorbed in love of each other, danced together while meditating on each other. Someone shouted loudly, someone roared, while someone fell senseless to the ground, and others simply cried. Signs of ecstasy, such as shivering, perspiration, standing of the hair on end, being unconscious due to love of God, were visible on the bodies of the two lords. The two lords danced in their own happiness. Sometimes they embraced and sometimes they cried. Both of them tried to catch the other's feet, but neither got success. They both rolled on the ground in infinite happiness. They forgot themselves, absorbed in their internal moods. They went into such a trance they forgot to keep their clothing intact. The Vaishnavas tried to quiet them but failed in their attempt. Who can hold them? Who can hold them who hold the three worlds? Both the lords were intoxicated by enjoying the kirtan. Sri Gaursundar loudly exclaimed, "Chant more! Chant more!" His whole body became wet due to tears of ecstasy. Fulfilling his desire to be with fulfilling his desire to be with Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya lost awareness and floated in the ocean of bliss. The dancing of Vishwambar was so amazing that while dancing, his lotus feet would often touch his head. How do you do that? The lotus feet are touching the head while dancing. As Lord Nityananda danced, the whole earth shook. All the Vaishnavas thought there were earthquakes. The two lords thus danced in ecstasy. Who can describe their happiness? To reveal the glories of Lord Nityananda, Lord Vishwambar suddenly climbed on the throne of Lord Vishnu in the mood of Lord Balaram. The Lord, overwhelmed in the mood of Balaram, repeatedly demanded, "Bring wine, bring wine." Sri Gaursundar then said to Sri Nityananda, "Give me a plough and club right away." Instructed by the Lord, Lord Nityananda placed something in the hands of Gaurachandra, who accepted it. Some of the devotees saw only the exchanges of hands and nothing else. So it appeared like Nityananda Prabhu just gave something, but to the devotees it appeared like he just made a gesture with his hand like that. Actually, there was nothing that he gave. So Mahaprabhu said, "Give me a plough." Hmm? So Nityananda Prabhu just went like that. And Mahaprabhu also just, it appeared like he just acted like he accepted it. Actually, there was nothing in Nityananda Prabhu's hand when he gave, nor was there anything in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's hand when he took. It appeared like this to some devotees, that there was nothing that Nityananda Prabhu gave. Right? It appeared like this to some devotees. Hmm. So, uh, yeah. Sri Gaursundar then said to Sri Nityananda, "Give me a plough and club right away." Instructed by the Lord, Lord Nityananda placed something in the hands of Gaurchandra, who accepted it. Some of the devotees saw only the exchanges of hands and nothing else. Someone, whereas other devotees, some rare devotees, directly saw the plough and the club. They actually saw Nityananda Prabhu handing a plough and a club in the hands of Gaursundar. Only one who is favored by the Lord can understand him. Others, even if they see the Lord, cannot recognize him. This is a very confidential topic. Only a few persons knew about it. And then only if, and then also, right? First of all, only a few people knew about it. And then only if they were favored by Lord Nityananda. They could only know if they were favored by Lord Nityananda. Receiving a plough and a club from Lord Nityananda, the Lord went mad and asked for Varuni, honeyed wine. Everyone was confused. So Mahaprabhu is saying, give me Varuni, wine. Everyone was confused, unable to decide what to do. They simply looked at each other's face. After due consideration, all the devotees brought a pitcher of Ganga water, Ganges water, and gave it to the Lord. Everyone offered water, and the Lord drank it. It appeared as if the clouds drank the water. What does that mean? It appeared as if the clouds drank the water. On all sides, the devotees recited prayers glorifying Lord Balaram. The Lord repeatedly called out, Nada, Nada. The Lord moved his head back and forth, asking for Nada again and again. None of the devotees could grasp the meaning of this word. All the devotees inquired, O Lord, who are you calling by the name of Nada? The Lord replied, It is him by whose loud call I have appeared. The one you all know as Advaita Acharya is known as Nada. I have appeared because of him. So here is a verse glorifying Nada or Advaita Acharya. मोहरे अनिला नाडा वैकुंठ था किया निश्चिंते रोहिलो गिया हरिदास लोहिया संकीर्तन आरस भे मोहार अवतार घरे घरे करिमु कीर्तन परचार विद्या धन कुले ज्ञान तपस्या रमदे मोर भक्त स्थाने शार आछे अपराधे से अधम सबारे ना दिमु प्रेम सोगा नगरिया प्रतिदिमु Brakshadira Bhoga. Nada brought me here from Vaikunta, but he is living peacefully with Haridas. I descended to inaugurate Nam Sankirtan. I will preach this chanting in each and every house. I will not give love of God to those fallen souls who offend my devotees, being proud of their learning, wealth, high birth, knowledge, and austerity. I will freely give to everyone this love of God, which even Lord Brahma rarely attains. Hearing the Lord, all the devotees floated in the ocean of bliss. After a moment, the son of Sachi calmed down. What mischief have I done? The Lord inquired. The devotees replied, Nothing serious. So now the Lord returned to external consciousness. Up until now, Mahaprabhu was in the mood of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he came out of that. Now he is in external consciousness. And the Lord is asking, What mischief did I do? What did I do when I was not externally conscious? So the devotee said, Nothing serious. You didn't do anything serious. The Lord then embraced everyone, saying, Please excuse my offenses. Hearing the Lord's words, the devotees began to smile as Lord Nityananda rolled on the ground. Lord Nityananda was unable to check his emotion. Love of God overwhelmed Lord Nityananda, who is non different from Lord Sesha. Sometimes he laughed, sometimes he cried, and sometimes he loosened his clothes. He appeared to be very childish. What remained of his sannyas stick, what remained of his water pot, and what remained of his clothes? He scattered everything all over the ground. The most grave Lord Nityananda became very agitated. Then Lord Chaitanya personally caught and pacified him. Appearing like one who is drunk, Lord Nityananda was easily controlled by the words of the Lord. The Lord said, Please be quiet now. We will celebrate Vyasa Puja tomorrow. After pacifying Lord Nityananda, the Lord returned home. All the devotees also returned to their respective homes. Lord Nityananda, however, remained at the house of Srivas Pandit. So this whole thing is happening in Srivas Pandit's house. So the next day, tomorrow, the next day is Vyas Puja. But the very day, that very day, the day before that, when it was decided that Vyas Puja will be conducted in Srivas Thakur's house, that very day, everyone went to Srivas Thakur's house and they had this kirtan. And Mahaprabhu asked for, in the mood of Lord Balaram, asked for plow and club, right? And then he came back to external consciousness. And Nityananda Prabhu is in ecstasy rolling on the ground. And then Mahaprabhu embraced everyone and he said, so tomorrow we'll come for Vyas Puja, and everyone returned. But Nityananda Prabhu continued to stay in Srivas Thakur's house. He was there that night. So Lord Nityananda, however, remained at the house of Srivas Pandit. On that same night, Lord Nityananda shouted loudly. So that night, Nityananda Prabhu shouted loudly and broke his sannyas danda and water pot into pieces. Early next morning, when Ramai Pandit got up, who's Ramai Pandit? The brother of Srivas Thakur. So there are four brothers: Srivas, Shripati, Srinidhi, and Sriram or Ramai. So Ramai Pandit got up from bed the next morning, early next morning. He was astonished to see the broken danda and the water pot. It's a joint family, so they're all living together. Ramai Pandit at once told Srivas Pandit about this. Srivas said, "Go tell this to Lord Chaitanya." Hearing this incident from Ramai Pandit, Lord Chaitanya came there without delay. He came right away. What happened? Why Nityananda broke the danda and water pot, his sannyas danda and water pot? So Mahaprabhu came without delay. He saw Lord Nityananda laughing, being devoid of sense perception. The Lord picked up the broken sannyas danda with his own hands and went to take bath in the Ganges with Lord Nityananda. So Mahaprabhu came, took Nityananda Prabhu to the river Ganges to take bath, and Mahaprabhu picked up the broken sannyas danda. All the devotees headed by Srivas Pandit also went to bathe in the Ganges. The Lord personally threw the danda into the Ganges. It's broken. So Mahaprabhu just threw the pieces, the broken pieces of the sannyas danda into the Ganges. Unable to pacify the most agitated Lord Nityananda by words, the Lord had to chastise him. So Mahaprabhu was trying to pacify. Nityananda was still in ecstasy. He's laughing loudly in ecstasy. So Mahaprabhu tried to pacify him, but he was not able to pacify him. So he began to chastise Nityananda Prabhu. Seeing a crocodile, Lord Nityananda tried to catch him. Gadadhar and Srivas Pandit exclaimed, "Alas, alas!" Lord Nityananda fearlessly swam in the middle of the Ganges. Only the words of the Lord, words of Lord Gaursundar, made him become somewhat peaceful. He didn't become completely peaceful, but he became somewhat peaceful. Vishwambar called Nityananda, "Hurry up! Today we will celebrate Vyas Puja." Hearing the call of the Lord, Nityananda came back to the bank. So Nityananda Prabhu had gone to the crocodiles. But when Mahaprabhu said, you come back quickly, we have to go. We have Vyas Puja ceremony now. Then Nityananda Prabhu came back, kind of pacified somewhat. So Nityananda Prabhu came back to the bank. After completing his bath, he returned home with Lord Chaitanya. Home means went to Srivas Thakur's home. Soon all the devotees gathered at the house of Srivas Pandit and did Nam Sankirtan. Sri Chaitanya appointed Srivas Pandit as the head priest for the Vyas Puja ceremony, and by his order he performed everything. By the Lord's order, Srivas Thakur performed the whole ceremony of Vyas Puja. Everyone chanted the holy names in a sweet melodious tune. The house of Srivas Pandit turned into Vaikuntha. Srivas Pandit knew all the scriptural conclusions. He therefore executed all the proper rituals with utmost care and expertise, placing sandalwood paste and nice flower garlands in the hands of Nityananda. He said, "Listen, Nityananda, offer this garland and recite these prayers while offering obeisances to Sri Vyasdev." See, this is Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima comes in the month of July, right? It's also the disappearance day of Sanatan Goswami. So, but that day, everyone in the whole universe, everyone observes Guru Purnima as the day when you worship Srila Vyasdev. So, uh, Srivas Thakur giving a garland to Nityananda Prabhu said, "Put the garland on Vyasdev, offer obeisances to Vyasdev, and you offer these prayers to Srila Vyasdev. Then um, offer this garland and recite these prayers while offering obeisances to Sri Vyasdev. It is the injunction of the scriptures that one should personally worship Sri Vyasdev. By satisfying Sri Vyasdev, one achieves all success. Therefore, Nityananda Prabhu, offer your obeisances." Saying, yes, yes. But he did not quite know what prayer he should recite. Right? He took the garland, he's saying yes, yes, but he's not putting the garland on Vyasdev. He's not offering any prayers. He didn't quite know what prayer he should recite. Nobody could understand the whispers of Lord Nityananda. He's saying something, muttering something, but nobody could hear or understand what he was saying. Holding the garland in his hands, he repeatedly looked around. It appeared as if he was looking for someone. He held the garland in his hand. He's not putting it on Vyasdev, and he's looking around as if he's searching for someone. Hmm? He repeatedly looked around. The most magnanimous Srivas Pandit told Nityananda, "My dear sir, you are not worshipping Sri Vyasdev." Hearing the words of Srivas Pandit, Sri Gaursundar quickly rushed in front of Nityananda. So Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu came back together from the Ganga, right? So Gaurang Mahaprabhu is there somewhere nearby. But when he heard Srivas Thakur asking Nityananda Prabhu, "Please put the garland, you're not putting the garland on Vyasdev." So understanding what's going on, Mahaprabhu quickly came in front of Nityananda Prabhu. Hearing the words of Srivas Pandit, Sri Gaursundar quickly rushed in front of Nityananda. The Lord told Nityananda, "Listen to me. Please put this garland on Sri Vyasdev at once and complete the Vyas Puja ceremony." So earlier also, when Nityananda Prabhu wouldn't listen, so Mahaprabhu would chastise, isn't it? So Mahaprabhu said, "Listen to me. Put the garland on Vyasdev and complete this ceremony, Vyas Puja ceremony." All the Vaishnavas became overwhelmed in ecstasy, right? Seeing Nityananda Prabhu's ecstasy and the loving exchanges between the Lord and Nityananda Prabhu, all the Vaishnavas became overwhelmed in ecstasy. They all observed the Vyas Puja ceremony with great pomp. Some of them danced, some sang, and some rolled on the ground. Everyone tried to catch hold of each other's feet. Sachi, the mother of Sri Chaitanya and the entire universe. She's not just the mother of Lord Chaitanya, she's the mother of the entire universe. So, Sachi Mata, the mother of Sri Chaitanya and the entire universe, saw the whole fun from a distance, right? Mahaprabhu is asking Nityananda Prabhu to put the garland on Vyasdev. Nityananda Prabhu is not putting the garland like that. And then everyone is in ecstasy, rolling and singing. Sachimata is watching the fun from a distance. Seeing both Vishwambar and Nityananda, she treated them equally as her sons. The Vyas Puja was the most magnanimous event. Only Lord Ananta can describe it properly. I am simply trying to glorify the qualities of Lord Nityananda in codes, right? I'm just giving it in small, you know, cryptic language in codes. His glories are unlimited. If one somehow or other glorifies Krishna, he will be benefited. That's why I'm doing. I have no qualification. How much can I describe and how much can I understand? But still, somehow or other, with whatever your capacity, if you glorify Krishna, then that is to my own benefit. Thinking like this, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying he is glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. Otherwise, what will I speak about the Vyas Puja ceremony? It is so wonderful, so great. I don't have the capacity to describe it. Only Anantasesh can describe it. But still, I am trying to glorify, simply trying to glorify the qualities of Lord Nityananda in codes. If one somehow or other glorifies Krishna, he will be benefited. They completed the Vyas Puja ceremony at the end of the day. Somehow they completed. Actually, the details are given in Sri uh, Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Nityananda Prabhu doesn't put the garland on Vyasdev. So then when Mahaprabhu comes and says, "Put the garland on Vyasdev," Nityananda Prabhu puts the garland on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's neck. Like that. So anyway, the festival came to an end, the ceremony. They completed the Vyas Puja ceremony at the end of the day. Then all the devotees began to dance with Vishwambar. Always there's Kirtan and Prasadam in Mahaprabhu's festivals. Lots of Kirtan and Prasadam. Then all the devotees began to dance with Vishwambar. They were all maddened with jubilant ecstasy. They cried while chanting, "Oh Krishna!" After exhibiting his own devotional service, Vishwambar, along with all the devotees, became peaceful. Then Vishwambar advised Srivas Pandit, "Bring all the prasad of Vyasdev right away." When he brought all the items, the Lord personally served everyone with his own hands. Being served personally by Lord Chaitanya, all the devotees joyfully honored the prasad. The Lord personally invited and served all who lived in Srivas Pandit's house. Not only the devotees who came to attend the festival, the Lord also called everyone who was living in Srivas Pandit's house. That means all his relatives, brothers, wives, children, servants, everyone, right? The Lord personally invited and served all who lived in Srivas Pandit's house. The servants and maid servants of the Vaishnavas easily received what the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, rarely attain. Mahaprabhu gave so much mercy to the servants, maid servants, those who would clean, etc., in the house of a Vaishnava, Srivas Thakur. They got what even the greatest demigods would hardly ever get. All these wonderful pastimes happened at the house of Srivas Pandit. Who can describe his good fortune in this way? Various wonderful pastimes were performed at Navadvip that were unknown to the ordinary people. Why unknown? Because all this was happening inside the house of Srivas with the doors locked. So ordinary people didn't know all the things that were happening and all the ecstasy that is experienced by the devotees inside the house of Srivas Thakur. So various wonderful pastimes were performed at Navadvip. It is still in Navadvip, but they were unknown to the people, ordinary people of Navadvip. Then Mahaprabhu told everyone, now that the Vyas Puja is complete, chant the holy names of Krishna. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their pastimes. Sri Nityananda Charitamrita ki jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we'll continue tomorrow. We'll